Just filming some training videos, which is why I'm in front of a blue screen. I don't really know. Oh, there it goes. Okay. I shared the link with Instagram. We don't talk about the other apps over here, but yeah, shared the link because I've never gone live over there. I don't really know what the vibe is. So, how you doing? How's your weekend going? I had a fun hello, Peace Bricks, an election analysis. Thank you for coming. Hello, Joey, Lily, Captain Chaos. So I have a P.O. box, and it's on Coruscant because you can't rely on the postal delivery system on the Death Star. And so I had this P.O. box on Coruscant, and I'm supposed to get an email when I get a package. And I didn't get an email, so I didn't check my P.O. box for several months. Turns out my company had sent me a really nice item to post about and review. They didn't tell me they were sending it, and it's just been sitting there for months. So, be on the lookout for that video. I feel terrible. That's what's new and exciting here. Hello, Ed. Oh, thank you, Peace Bricks. I appreciate you. What is it like to work with Darth Vader? It's pretty terrible, to be honest. Actually, I try to avoid him at all costs. I listen for his creepy breathing when I'm walking down the hallway, and if I don't hear anything, then I keep going. But if I hear it, I turn around and I go back into my office. You don't want to run into him. I'm grateful that he has a castle on Mustafar, but he doesn't spend nearly enough time there. All right, Ez, or EZ, what is your complaint? If you're just joining me, I'm Delaris from Human Resources on the Death Star. Was filming some training videos. That's why it's a blue screen and not, the typical environment. Hello, Martin. Prowlin says, Delaris Darth Talon is creating an awkward work environment. Okay, well, that's a complaint. What's so awkward about it? Hello, Sharon. I have a complaint. The other troopers don't know how to hold their blaster right well. Yeah, that would affect the aim, right? Thank you, Peace Bricks. I'll look into that. Get with the armory department, see if there's something we can do about that. Will you be at New York Comic Con 2025? I don't think I can this year, sadly. But I love that con. It's a good time. I highly recommend it. Did you have to sign off on the Emperor's budget? No, I'm in human resources. I'm not an accountant. Hello. Someone said, hey, Grandma. Well, that's rude. I think I'm getting some weird people in here. Not my normal followers, maybe? Hello. I do not work at Disney. I work for Human Resources. And it's kind of a fun little gag here. I'm still waiting for my timeshare refund from the Death Star. Wait, where's your timeshare? Is it on the Death Star? Is that how they raise the money? By selling timeshares? Oh, Kaiser. Thank you. Can you write my friend up for being a Star Trek fan? Yes, I can, Kaiser. If you send me a message or an email, let me know where to send the citation. I have citation by mail postcards. So, Kaiser, I will do that if you send me a message through my email. I would be happy to do that. Star Trek fan write-up. Make sure you tell me your friend's name, too, but I can absolutely do that. I'm a stormtrooper. Okay. Thank you for your service to the Empire. I've been to Disney 36 times. Well, that's cool. Do you have a crush on Vader? No. Has Hogwarts accepted me yet? I wouldn't know. Turn off the droid armies. I think we did. That was a thing a while ago. Yes, I do remember what clone troopers were. That was a very good time. Well, the Republic wasn't a good time so much, but the clone troopers were a good time. I'm sure their HR department had a lot less work to do. I remember when I first joined in HR, there were still clone troopers around and they were very easy to deal with. The droid army is advancing. Maybe. We'll see. Oh, thank you, Rohan. So if you're joining me, I'm Delaris from Human Resources. I'm on the Death Star. It's a Star Wars thing if you're not familiar, because I think YouTube is putting this in weird places. I wish they wouldn't do that. I'm happy with the people that follow me just being on the feed here, but, you know, hello. I hope you enjoy what we're doing here. It's just kind of a funny little gag. I have not found Darth Sidious. He's a good friend of mine. Star Wars Celebration 2027. I hope to be there. Celebration's the best con. So if you've never been to Star Wars Celebration, I highly recommend it. Can I join? Yes, Bubba. Hello. To everyone saying hi. Send, what kind of training did you go through to be HR on the Death Star? Not much, actually. They were just hiring. They needed a bunch of people. They asked me if I wanted to join, and I was like, yeah, okay. You know, you get to cite people. You get to call them out on, you know, not following the rules, and I like doing that. I wish HR in my life was as good as you are. Oh, thank you, Daniel. That is very sweet. I appreciate that. Greetings, Vedas. Let's see. What? Can you write my brother up for saying that Kylo Ren is better than Vader? Maybe. It's kind of tricky to write people up for opinions. When are us Death Troopers going to get vacation time? Toast time. I didn't see your PTO request. That's the first step. Yes, Milkman, this is real. I am in human resources for the Galactic Empire in Star Wars. Very real. Captain Dan, thank you. It's very generous, guys. You don't have to do that, but it's much appreciated. So thank you. Vader is better than Kylo Ren in every way. Vader's not in this chat. You don't have to suck up to him. Don't worry about it. When do we get the handrails near the Death Star laser? I don't think you're going to get them. People keep asking. It's been almost 20 years now. I don't think you guys are going to get them. I would just give up and move on. Jaden, I already said that I can't write people up for opinions. And I don't know. Maybe Kylo Ren is better than Vader. I might agree with your brother. Hello, Andrew. I'm good. How are you? I am a stormtrooper in the Empire. My squad specialize. Okay, cool. Thank you for the work that you do. Were those blasts too accurate for sand people? That's a good question. Yes, I think so. Hello, Alex. I'm feeling good. How are you? Penguin Pilot's going to write me up. Okay, for what? Admiral Vias needs to have a checkup. Yeah, I agree. Is he an admiral now? I thought he was just a general. What inspired you to YouTube? That's a good question. Probably just, you know, it's a good place for posting videos, and I have some videos that are pretty silly. I should probably do a live out of character one day. Maybe. We'll see. But I don't think anyone knows who I am when I'm not the Lars, so maybe it's not worth it. How do you pass the time on the Death Star? I read some comic books. I do a lot of paperwork. I don't believe in the data pads. It's all pen and paper with me. So since I write a lot of citations, I have a lot of reports to fill out. So that is how I pass the time. Who's your favorite South? Do you mean Sith? That's a good question. I don't know. They're all kind of weird if you ask me. Where were you born? On Corellia, Upper East Side. Does your child have a Grogu costume yet? No. Needs to be walking first, I think. Maybe. Does Grogu walk? I don't remember. Hello there. Hello, Dolores. How are you? Did you get my request for the life support in the TIE Fighters? Yeah. We're still working on seatbelts. One step at a time here. A lot of improvements to be made to the TIE fighters. At least you guys have helmets, right? Does Vader listen to Dolly Parton? I don't think so, because he's always in a bad mood. It's hard to be in a bad mood when you listen to Dolly Parton, so that's a good idea. Maybe we could get Vader to listen to Dolly Parton. I'll write that down. Vader, Dolly Parton, question mark? Would you join the First Order? That sounds kind of scary. What is that? Hey, Dolores, do you have any new? Yes. Filming some training videos. That's why we got the blue screen here. Do you think you sound like Peter Griffin? Maybe Lois Griffin. I've gotten that a lot. Which is a compliment, since that's kind of where the accent is based. Have you ever met Ben Quadinaros? I think I saw him in a pod race once. Can't remember, though. All those guys have funny names. Now I work in human resources, which is the opposite of being a dominatrix. So many people mix those things up. Prolins, thank you. How much paperwork did you have to do when Vader chucked Sheev down the reactor tube? Oh my, I think that's a spoiler alert. I'm just kidding, but that sounds like a lot of paperwork. In my timeline, I haven't made it that far yet, but I'm sure that sounds like it's going to incur a lot of paperwork. I don't know how to follow up with Vader about that. We'll see. Hello, I'm a Mandalorian in the Shock Trooper service, and I'd like to file. Oh, yeah, okay. We'll see what we can do about that. Yes, I have finished Andor Season 2. It's very good. What is your favorite holiday? Empire Day, of course. Savannah, I'm not going to tell you how old I am. What is HR? HR is Human Resources. It's where you go in the Empire to file complaints about your coworkers. And if there's enough reason, I'll go and I'll give them a citation. So if someone's spreading rumors about Darth Vader, I go and I cite them. Sometimes I cite Darth Vader himself, but he still works here, so no amount of citations can get rid of Lord Vader. I think Han Solo shot first. I think that's the right answer, right? Yes, I did watch Stranger Things. I think those kids are like in college now or graduating college. They should be pretty old by now, I imagine. What is the penalty for celebrating Life Day? Oh, brother. I think you have to do, cafeteria cleanup. We don't like people celebrating the holidays, unfortunately, except for Empire Day here in the Empire. Because if we celebrated all holidays, that'd be a lot of holidays to celebrate. Too many people from too many planets. Everybody would be having a celebration every day. Can't do that. Yeah, hopefully Stranger Things Season 5 is good. The last one was pretty good. They probably could have ended right there. It's pretty great. Daniel, too many PTO days. Yeah, exactly. Oh, thank you very much, Captain Dan. I appreciate you. What is Empire Day like? Well, it's a great day of celebration, a lot of parades. Yeah, a lot of parades, a lot of music, a lot of honoring, Sheev, the Emperor. But we all have to wear our uniform, so it's not really relaxing. But yeah, that's kind of what it's like. Did you ever work somewhere else? Yes, I used to work in real estate on Coruscant when there was the Republic, before there was the Empire. I used to have a pet loft cat back in the day. Darth Vader has a thesis? Is he trying to get a master's degree? Oh, I get the joke. You got me. Is there a stormtrooper height requirement now? We need all the help we can get. How did you get the HR job? I just, I told Sheev that I wanted to work and be a part of this empire, and he said, yeah, come work. We need somebody to hire people and, explain that you got to write people up for not following the rules. And that sounded like something I'd have fun with. So I did it. And I got the job, and it was pretty easy to get the job, but the job itself is not that easy, if you know what I mean. What's your policy on hitchhikers? I don't really know, because that doesn't really fall into my jurisdiction, because I deal with employees, not vagrants. I'm here to file a complaint about my coworker. He sucks at shooting the guns. Okay. Have never heard that before, but I will keep that in mind. Oh, thank you, Daniel. I appreciate it. Is there a casual Friday in the Empire? Sheev said there was going to be a casual Friday, but here we are, still in our uniforms. Where's that accent from? Karelia? Where are your gods? I don't have any gods. I've got HR Trooper Dan, kind of a god, at Dragon Con. We walk around and patrol at Dragon Con sometimes. What is your favorite planet? Probably Scarif. Pre-Rebel disruption. That was a real bummer. Me and my squad could use some reinforcements and also some better weapons for our next mission. Okay, Peace Bricks. You've been here a while, so I will look into that for you because you're so loyal. Why you people want to see my shoes? That's weird. No. Those Dawn Rebels, yes, agreed. Oh, what is your favorite Star Wars comic? I like the Dr. Aphra comics. They're pretty interesting. Do you want any other job in the Empire? Back to tank tester sounds really interesting to me. You just make sure the back to tank works? Those people look the youngest in the whole Empire because all they do is test back to tanks all day. What do you think of Dr. Aphra herself? I think she's a little tricksy. You gotta watch out for her. You can't trust her. But she's very smart. One last question that I have to get back to. Oh, brother. My mouse bot knocked up my... Oh, my goodness. No. That's very funny, though. Thank you for that. I want to file a complaint about the working conditions on Gorman. Yeah. Hey, do you work in the Empire, or do you just live on Gorman? Because I can't really help you out. I only deal with employees of the Empire. Ever had to deal with Boba Fett? Yeah, he's pretty good. He's pretty reliable. Good work for hire. Oh, thank you, Anthony. Is there a Starfleet HR? I thought about creating that once upon a time, but I wouldn't be surprised. There's a lot. Wait a minute. What just happened here? Oh, I don't know what that means, but thank you. I'm too old. Somebody tell me what that means or not. If it's something bad, I don't want to know. But thank you for that. If you'd like a citation, send me a message. Suns Industries. Where do I sign to join? You just, say you want to join. I actually need to make a video about that, how to join the Empire, because I get that question all the time. How to join the Empire. You gotta you gotta tell me what you want to work, what department interests you, if you want to be a stormtrooper, if you want to be a TIE pilot. Relevant experience can help you get the job you want, but it's not necessary. Oh, the gritty is a dance from Fortnite. Thank you, Suns Industries, for explaining that to me. That's kind of what I thought, but you never know with the kids these days. Thank you, though. I appreciate that. Thoughts on the First Order? Thank you for that. That's after my timeline, but they sound pretty scary. They might be a little bit much. I think the Empire is a good balance of, control and order, but the First Order seems a little scary. Piet just told me that he's planning on shooting Vias. Yeah, I guess that sounds like an HR thing. I'll look into that. Thank you. When are you being promoted? That's what I'd like to know. I don't work for Team Beta. I didn't sign up for Team Beta. I work for the Empire. Beta's his own deal. He's over the Sith and the Inquisitors. I don't deal with any of that. The weird Force stuff, no. This, I'll show you the lipstick. It is Stilla Beso Shimmer. That is the lipstick, and they don't make it anymore, and I'm very sad. So I have the regular Beso around somewhere when I run out of this. Did Darth Vader introduce you to Maxwell? Now, he sounds cute, though. I appreciate that reference. Thank you for complimenting the necklace. It offends a lot of people. A lot of people say it's not, you know, part of the uniform or whatever, but Sheev, the Emperor, likes it, so we just roll with it. No, it's a wholesome YouTube live. Thank you very much. We're just goofing off here in the Star Wars universe. How did you get on YouTube? I just made an account and posted some videos, you know. I think that's how most people do it. Have you gone to Disney World in uniform? No, but I'd love to one day. But, you know, when you're supposed to do it, not when you're not supposed to do it. Like, I think they have designated wear a costume days. I wouldn't want to do it any other time because that takes away from the whole point. What's your most expensive cosplay? Well, me, Dolores, I don't cosplay, but if I were not Dolores, I would have to say, that's a good question. Probably the unfinished Stormtrooper need to get around to that. Yo, can I get recruited? Yes, you can. Please join the Galactic Empire. Where's the cosplay place? Are you talking about the conventions? I go around to conventions and I write citations. And I approach other cosplayers because, you know, you don't want to just approach strangers because that'd be kind of weird. And I don't approach cosplayers too often. Usually I know them or have met them at least because I don't want to offend anybody. But yeah, conventions, some of the bigger ones. San Diego's got a convention. That's like the biggest one. Maybe the original one, I don't know. That's at the end of July. New York Comic Con, C2E2, which is in Chicago. MegaCon Orlando is another one. I haven't been there, but that's one that I hear a lot about. There's good conventions all over the country. Can I upgrade from Stormtrooper to TIE Pilot? Is that an upgrade? I don't know. Have you been on a TIE Fighter? Those are not... They don't seem too comfortable to me. That's probably a good idea, J-Cat. I'll look into that. Luke, Dolores, how's your mother? She's doing all right, Luke. How's your aunt? Good to see you. Hello, Alan. No, never. It's been very weird. I didn't think I'd still be doing this, to be honest. Oh, thank you, Savannah. I appreciate you. You still got to pay the fine for that citation, though. Flattery won't get you out of it. Were you part of the Republic? I mean, I was around during the Republic, but I wasn't part of the Republic. I'm from Karelia. Stormtrooper, question mark. I don't know what that means. Who has gotten the most citations? That's a good question. I have cited Vader a whole lot, so it's got to be Lord Vader. Dolores, why did you deny my insurance claim when Vader force choked me? I didn't deny your insurance claim. You didn't fill it out properly. I'm sorry. Alan says, have you heard about the fugitive Larissa impersonating Empire officers? Hey, I'm not an officer. I'm a human resources representative. There is a tiny bit of merch. I don't do a lot of merch. But there's stickers and citation postcards if that interests you. And there's a link to that somewhere out there. You can find it if you'd like one. Do you get good benefits personally? Well, I have an air-conditioned office. That's a pretty good benefit. Have you ever sighted Jabba the Hutt? No, I've never seen a Jabba the Hutt out in the world to sight, or I probably would, because he owes the Empire a lot of money. But you can't really take down a crime lord, so what can you do? Is there an inner city parking permit? Probably. Hi, Daniel. Yes, we can look into that. Blaster sites. It's always some kind of excuse. Helmets can't see out of. Blaster sites don't work. Blasters don't work. Not being trained properly. It's a whole litany of issues with the Stormtrooper aim and stuff. Oh, Alex, happy early birthday. Are you going to do anything fun? Did you know there is an inflatable Jabba costume? That seems like a good idea for someone. HR is truly the backbone of the Empire. Stormtrooper Corps and all of its employees be great. Oh, thank you very much, Peace Bricks. I appreciate you. Standard issue Stormtrooper blaster tax deductible. You shouldn't be buying your own Stormtrooper blaster. Did somebody trick you into doing that? Shouldn't be tax deductible because you shouldn't have bought it. You shouldn't have had to worry about that. Oh, that'll be fun, Alex. I hope you have a nice birthday. No. We talked about holidays a little bit earlier, but we can't recognize every holiday. The only holiday we recognize is Empire Day. If everybody wanted to get every holiday off that they celebrate because of all the planets and cultures and all of that, no one would ever work around here. So no, we don't honor any other holidays except for Empire Day. But you can't take off for that. You got to work. You got to be in the parade. So no holidays, really. I do need a protocol droid. Would probably help people understand my accent too. Vader choked me as an officer again. And you're still here in the chat? That's impressive. Do you approve of the Tarkin doctrine? No, that guy's a little creepy. He's a little power hungry. And I don't like him. Can we get a check on the permits? Oh, thank you, Katie. Are you in New Zealand? It's beautiful there. When do stormtroopers get lightsabers? That sounds like a terrible idea. I mean, it's an idea. Sorry, Katie. But now, probably not. Oh, what is 66? What's my opinion? Seemed like a lot of paperwork for somebody, but not me, because I wasn't in HR yet at the time. I kind of don't agree with those kinds of things. They're kind of weird. Not necessary. Any idea what to get the Emperor for his birthday? He likes old records from the 1920s and nice bourbon and what else? Hello Kitty merchandise, maybe? I think all those are good ideas. Opinion on gonk droids, I think they're too noisy. I'm reporting JCat for showing an interest in the Force. Okay. You can have an interest in the Force, that's allowed. Are you from India? That's cool. Hello. Thank you for being here. Save the rebellion, save the dream. Oh, brother. One of those in the chat. Where you located, Grandmaster Yado? No reason, just curious. I can't fire Vader. I wish I could. He's Sheev's little experiment. Glory to Gonk. Okay. I guess they're important because they're like, you know, a place to charge your data pad or whatever. I'm a huge Star Wars fan. Cool. Well, welcome. Wilbur Hood. Yeah. He applied for a job with the Empire, but he couldn't be trusted since he absconded with, you know, some things from Cloud City. Opinion on the Emperor, he's a good buddy of mine. I think he's very misunderstood, but he's a nice guy. You need to give him a chance. When do we get more HR Trooper Dan? I know, he's very busy. Doing stuff on Dantooine. Doing other projects for human resources. I'm seeing a stormtrooper. If he'd get time off for our wedding. Yes, just put that in the memo that it's a wedding. But he has to do it a year in advance. Greetings from Poland. Hello, where in Poland are you, Michael? I've been there. It's a beautiful country. Do you manage Imperial personnel matters there too? Personnel matters. How do you manage the language barrier? That's a good question. We have some protocol droids, but almost everyone, if you work in the Empire, you have to be able to speak basic. It's kind of a requirement. That's why we don't hire aliens. We only hire humans. Just kind of keep it simple. Warsaw. Not been to Warsaw, but that's awesome. Pardon my pronunciation. I know it's not proper. But yeah, that's very cool. Oh, this looks like Kaiba, huh? How do you get space sick? I don't know. I think from jumping into hyperspace too fast, maybe? Can we see if Stardust's funding doesn't just go to Krennic's luxury ship and cape? He keeps slipping on his cape. Yeah. I've been suspicious too. 20 years seems like a long time to not get a project done. I don't care how innovative it is. How very cool. Thank you, Michael, for explaining that. I'm behind your blue blanket. Yeah, I don't know about that. Some more weird comments here. You know I work in human resources. Do you want a citation with those weird comments? Opinion on Iden Versio. I think she's very good, very talented. She still works for the Empire, right? Or did she defect? That might change my opinion of her. Oh, Jedi escaped Order 66? That's not my problem. That's what the Inquisitors are for. I know, right? I hope she didn't defect either. That would be a big deal. She did defect. Okay, I need to catch up on my gossip. There's a rumor in the chat that Iden Versio has defected. We might be a little behind here. I wonder how many years ago that was. Diddy, hello. Yes, it's Dolores from Human Resources. I'm sorry I'm defecting to join the Rebels. Why would you tell us in the chat? Can you make a heart? Like, what? How? With my lipstick? That's all I got around here. Wow, what is going on here? Jackson, Dolores, this is the Department of Permitting. I'm checking to see if you signed document 7768842 in order to approve and let the 7789 documents go through in order for the new troopers to get the new used helmets. Wait, what? New used helmets? Was I supposed to fill out a permit for new helmets? I didn't get that memo, Jackson, but thank you. I'll look into that. Hello, Chandler. I appreciate you, Jackson. Thank you very much. When the Empire falls, that sounds a little certain. When the Empire falls, will you join the New Republic and be you sound like you know the future a little bit. Are you a Force user? Whoever said that, please get that filled out. We need new helmets. People blaming the helmets for your bad aim. I love the Rebels. Oh, brother. What do you guys think if Marge got on here and was live? Marge is the Rebel HR person. I haven't really done much with her lately. I did cite a shock trooper, and he wasn't too happy about it. I think it's in one of my most recent videos. I cited him for spreading rumors that Vader is 2 Ewoks in disguise in a cape, and he did not like that. He said he didn't do it. But sound like Janice. Let's see. Have you got the memo about the First Order? We've talked a little bit about the First Order. They're kind of scary. Opinion on Captain Phasma. I think she's very tall. And that's some shiny armor. Hello, Goblin. Yes, it is me here in front of my magical blue screen. This YouTube's a little... I tried to do something where I had a fancy background once and it didn't work too great. What if I quit? What? You can't quit. It's the Empire. If you quit... you quit the Siths? Well, that's not my problem. That is Vader's problem. So you would tell Vader that you want to quit the Siths. Good luck with that. Hello, Bryson. Somebody's raising money for the new Death Star by stealing cookies off my desk. What? So glad you were back. Yes, I do have a cousin, Marge. I don't know where she's working, though. She's a little secretive about that, which isn't like her at all. Usually she talks too much, but I don't know where she's working. What medals or awards have you won for the Empire? Alan, I've gotten Employee of the Month, which was very exciting. Probably overdue to get it again, to be honest. You seem fun more so with your hair down, Looney Tunes. I'm a human resources representative. You can't talk like that to your HR rep. Dolores, where do you go on vacation? Well, I would like to go to Scarif, the pot that's not blown up, but I just don't get vacation days. Who is your favorite coworker? Now that's a good question. Let's see. I don't mind Krennic, although I do wonder why it's taken him so long to build the Death Star. 20 years is a little ridiculous. What's your favorite convention? Oh, that's a good question. I really like the Star Wars conventions because it's just so much fun. It's so positive. Everyone's, all the costumes are Star Wars. It's just a lot of fun. But aside from that, they all have like their perks. Dragon Con's a lot of fun. New York Comic Con's a lot of fun. C2E2's great. I mean, different cons have different things about them that make them great. Dolores, you need to use your PTO. I don't know if I have any PTO. I should probably check. I've been so focused on working all the time. Are cats allowed? No, no pets. We value cleanliness in the Empire. So yeah, no pets, no Wookiees, no nothing. Can I join the dark side? If by that you mean the Empire, then yes, you can join. We're always hiring. No, emotional support, Loth Cat. Nice try, though. Imperial HR is based on the Death Star. At least I am. Were you born with a clipboard in your hand? It feels like it, right? Probably. Yes, we get internet on the Death Star. The HoloNet, hello. I bled my Kyber crystal. Currently applying for an HR position. Okay, well, good luck. I hope you get it. How can I get assigned to Scarif? That's what everyone wants to know. Everyone wants to go to Scarif because it just seems like a chill, fun time. Well, as I keep saying, before the rebels, before that whole incident. Best snack from the cafeteria? Let me see. McDonald's is not bad. Not great, though. But I probably like the travel biscuits the best. I have not met Kirk or Spock. Those are weird names. Imperial Twinkies. Yeah, I don't know if we have those in the cafeteria. The Empire will fall, and when it does, I'll be watching. Oh, brother. Okay. Do you need someone that is 61 years old? Yeah, of course. Always. Do you want me to troll Masameda? Yes, please. Those of you who don't know, Masameda and I used to date back in the day, and it did not end well. How to file a complaint, Looney Tunes is offensive. The show or the person in the chat? You can file a complaint with me. I'm taking this complaint that Looney Tunes is offensive. Oh, the British Empire. That's a good question. I wouldn't want to know. Monkey, hello. New Zealand also. Let's say I lost a Star Destroyer, hypothetically. What? How do you lose a whole Star Destroyer, Monkey? What? I think you're going to get a citation for that. And probably court-martialed and more. But thank you for that. Do you agree that the First Order sucks? Maybe. Seems a little scary. Asking for a friend, Monkey says. Yeah, right. I've heard that before. Do you have your own personal shuttle for when the rebels... You guys seem to know a lot about the future here. Am I in danger on the Death Star? How good or bad is your handwriting? I mean, I can read it. That means it's pretty good, right? Thank you, Lord AJ. Opinion on Thrawn. I think he's got a good taste in art, and I think he left us when we needed him the most. When things were getting difficult, he kind of vanished. That's my opinion on Thrawn. I think he's a little bit manipulative. Oh, did I say that out loud? Whoops. No, you're not too old, Virginia. Now, somebody stole his Star Destroyer. Who? Hey, Dolores, do you know when a certain somebody will ever... Oh, when they will finish the Tiki armor? Maybe when a certain child goes to college and all of our home improvements are done. Not had a lot of time to work on new costumes lately. No, I haven't been force choked. Vader wouldn't dare. Does the Empire hire Ewoks? Maybe. You probably couldn't work on the Death Star, though. We're kind of humans only policy. Just, keeps things easier. Uniforms, ships, whatever. The rebels want to mess with the aliens. That's, they can do that. They can hire them. But for outfitting and stuff, it's just so expensive. Even Vader fears HR. I wish he did. I wish there was some truth to that. Thank you. You like my glasses. I got them at Walmart like 15 years ago. Would you hug Lord Vader for a lot of credits? That 15 billion credits? Yes, I would. That sounds like a lot of credits. I could probably buy a small moon for that. Now these glasses have actual lenses. I think you can see the reflection, yeah. They're just reading glasses. They're not very strong. Opinion on Han Solo. A former pilot. I don't think he was as good of a pilot as everyone says he was. I caught Stormtrooper TK421 smoking in a supply closet. Okay, well, now that's some good gossip and worthy of a citation. Thank you for that. What's happened? What happened to the pay raise we promised after the... Wait, what? Nick, do you work for the Rebels or something? I'm very confused. Now, if you just joined me, I'm Dolores from Human Resources. I'm not a teacher. I'm not Lois Griffin. I work for the Galactic Empire in Star Wars, and we just goof off around here. That's all. Well, not really goof off. I issue citations for people not following the rules, and we have fun. All right, guys, it's later than I thought it was going to be. Rebel Alliance for life. Oh, get out of here. Now you're not my boss. Yes, okay, YouTube tech supports. I appreciate you reaching out. Unrelated. Oh, Captain Dan, thank you. I have on good authority that there is a large gathering of Imperials at Dragon Con that might need... Oh, I keep meaning to do the parade, but I've never done it. Should have done it before, children and all of that. Now everything is a lot more complicated. Captain Dan, thank you for that. And I just figured out who you are, Captain Dan. It just clicked. Unnecessary, but I appreciate you. Yes, thank you, Alan, for spending time with me. It's always fun to goof off with you guys. Would not still be doing this if you guys didn't also goof off with me. So it's always a lot of fun. So thank you. I have friends everywhere. Yes. Well said. I appreciate you guys. Thank you so much for liking the videos and goofing off with me. I can't tell you how much it means to me. So thank you, and have a good weekend.